Hi, this is Water and Air 1111. Thank you for watching another video of mine. Thank you to everyone who's been liking, commenting, and subscribing to my channel and to my videos and getting personal readings. If you are interested in a personal reading, the link to my website is in the description box below, as well as a link to my Instant Go account as well. And before I get started into this reading, which will be focused on the summer solstice, which is tomorrow, I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm going to be doing a reading sale for the next 2 weeks. And it's going to just be in celebration of the summer solstice because it feels like a lot of great energy is coming through. So if you are wanting a personal reading, then definitely take advantage of that. You'll be able to get 15% off all of my readings, all of my non-emergency readings. And also I'm doing this because, as I've mentioned, I think in a few videos, I am in the process of moving locations. So after these 2 weeks, I'm going to be closing. I won't be taking any more new orders. I won't be taking any more personal readings from about July, I think, 6th or so, for about a week. And I'll be back, I think, July 16th, July 17th. I'll be opening up again. During that time, I will still do my weekly readings, but I won't be taking any personal readings. So if you're interested in a personal reading, feel free to take advantage for the next 2 weeks, because after that I will be closed for a little bit of time as I move and get settled in my new space. So on to this reading. The summer solstice is tomorrow, and I feel like I said, it's a lot of positive energy, a lot of manifesting. It feels just more like a new moon where we can really, where everything is starting to become possible, or everything can really manifest and come to light, so to speak. So what I want to do is look at our intentions of what the Divine Masculine is wanting to come about as he enters into the summer solstice, and the same for the Divine Feminine. So what I'm going to do for this reading is use my Crystal Visions Tarot and just clarify with my Rider-Waite deck to see what's coming in with this new moon. So let's start with the Divine Masculine and look at what's coming in for the Divine Masculine. And I think I just said new moon with the summer solstice. I feel like my words have been getting very, a little bit jumbled sometimes a bit more recently. So for the summer solstice, what's coming in for the Divine Masculine? What are they wanting to manifest, and what can they expect as coming through with this summer solstice energy? Okay, so we have the Justice card in reverse. I feel like you'll be working to actually balance this around Divine Masculine if there is something still that hasn't been balanced. Yep, and we have the Devil card. So for those of you who have been dealing with the karmic situation, which I did pick up on in the reading I posted earlier this week, like this situation is going to be released. This situation is going to be dealt with. Expect for the Divine Masculine with the summer solstice. Yep, and then we have the Hanged Man and the Six of Pentacles. And bottom of the deck is the Queen of Swords. So you're going to be just getting down to business, Divine Masculine, cutting off the things you need to. And I feel like even cutting yourself off of this tree, for those of you who have been stagnant lately, who have been in this mood of not making a move or not deciding within your mind about something, I feel like you're going to be cutting your own cord on this to move forward, to take action. So let's go ahead and clarify these cards. So what is this Justice card in reverse about for the Divine Masculine with the summer solstice? I mean, it's definitely like the delay in closing of karmic cycles, and I feel like this is Some of you will really be doing that soon if you have not already. You know you've been delaying it. You know you haven't spoken your truth to cut it off. You know that things aren't balanced in your karmic situations, and you know they have to be dealt with. Yep, Eight of Swords in reverse. You're going to be getting out of your own mind, overthinking the situation to balance things out in your life that you need to. Bottom of the deck is the Queen of Cups. It's like you're going to be getting out of your own mind and just following your intuition about the things that are unbalanced in your life and the things that need to become balanced, the things that need to be shifted to a different state. We have the Five of Cups. So for those of you who are still hanging on to a situation, who haven't cut something off, well, it's like you're already emotionally feeling not great about it. You're already emotionally feeling like this isn't what you want. You're feeling like you want to go forward in a new way, but you haven't cut off the situation yet. It's like the summer solstice is really bringing you the urge to, and like the final push to close certain chapters that you haven't dealt with. Four of Cups, you aren't happy with the things in front of you because they don't make you emotionally fulfilled. And you've been hanging around dealing with this situation instead of doing anything else. Seven of Wands reversed. Some of you haven't made the move to completely get out of your mind, get out of your head yet, overthinking, because you don't feel confident. You don't feel like strong enough to make that action. Three of Swords, I feel like some of you feel guilt about ending some type of karmic situation. So I want to get a Lenormand card for this. And you have three major arcana here, Divine Masculine. So this is that major energy, major shifts happening. Why is this Justice card in reverse? So it's about your heart. It's like things aren't balanced with your heart. Bottom of the deck is the Rider. You're not going forth listening to your heart. Your heart isn't fulfilled. We got the Five of Cups and the Four of Cups for you. So we saw that you aren't feeling emotionally okay. You aren't feeling emotionally satisfied with the way things are. We got a lot of cards. Okay. The Tulips. The Fox. The Stork. And the Mask. So it's like you're looking over your shoulder thinking about how you want things to be different, but you're still wearing a mask, shielding, hiding your true feelings, hiding your true intentions, masking and suppressing your true wants and the actions that you want to be taking. It's like you're not doing that. So let's see what can we know about this unbalanced situation? I think we're going to hear more about it with the Devil card. It's definitely something karmic, something codependent that needs to be dealt with, so to speak. Eight of Pentacles is something you've been putting a lot of work and effort into, but it's still leaving you unbalanced. We have Justice reverse, clarifying Justice reverse. It's like you're completely out of balance regarding something that you've been putting effort into that hasn't actually benefited you. So yeah, it's like, sorry I had to pause there. Things are still imbalanced regarding something you've been really putting in a lot of effort towards. And this is you, Divine Masculine. You may have even been trying to control a karmic situation so much by putting in so much effort into it to make it work, but it's like it's still not working. You still don't feel balanced, you still don't feel happy, you still don't feel satisfied with the way things are going. You in fact feel less confident in yourself to even deal with the situation head on. So let's go to the next card, which is the Devil. So this is codependency, karmic situations, overindulgence of things, something that's still attached to you, something that you may still be dealing with that needs to be released. What is this Devil card about? The Hanged Man upright. This is the situation you've been hanging on to. This is the situation you have not cut loose. It's like you're literally in the same tree shown in this Devil card, just hanging around. You haven't learned the lesson. Or not that you haven't learned the lesson, you haven't helped yourself. You haven't cut yourself loose. Two of Cups. Again, you're not happy. The partnership that you're in, this karmic relationship, it's unstable. It's not working. Yeah, Three of Cups in reverse. Some of you may be dealing with a situation where you are overindulging with alcohol or drugs or just over partying. And I feel like this is the third party for some of you with your karmic situation, with your karmic partner. Judgment reverse. So it's again, you haven't kind of stepped up to the plate, taken responsibility and say, I'm ready to move on. You aren't ready to kind of own up to your role in that situation and leave it behind. Knight of Swords. You're just in your mind thinking about it. You're thinking about everything that's happened. The Tower reverse. Some of you I feel like are afraid of the ramifications of the fallout. Literally the fallout, like falling out of this tower. If you were to come with this Judgment card upright to your karmic situation and be like, final call, this is it. Some of you are worried and like you don't know what the aftermath will be. And it makes you worried and keeps you a little bit in that fear. Again, the Seven of Wands reverse, not being confident to deal with it. Some of you have also, others of you, have already had some type of tower moment with your karmic person or situation, but you haven't completely released them. Even though it's like things are falling apart, but you haven't let go completely. Two of Cups, things are falling apart. Two of Cups in reverse. It's time to move on. But it's like you don't feel completely strong enough to do so. It's almost like, and this is coming through more as like strongly codependent in that it's like even if you're in a bad situation or a situation where you're not happy, you're so used to not being happy that it's like, how do I move on from not being happy to being happy? Even though being happy would be positive. Getting used to a certain situation. I forget what the phrase is. It's like, almost like misery loves company. You've gotten used to that type of situation. What else is this Devil card about? Okay, so it's time for you to move on, Divine Masculine. It's time for you to deal with this obstacle, your karmic obstacle. It's time for you to make a decision to do so. It's like you have this obstacle, so decide what you want to do with it, and then move on to the next stage in your life. It's like you have to stop being unsure. You have to stop being confused. You have to you have to kind of put the pedal to the metal. You're thinking about this. You're thinking about the possibilities. But you're so busy thinking that you're not doing. So let's go on to the next card. So this is all seems like a continuation for you, Divine Masculine, so far, where this summer solstice is just showing you how unbalanced, how possibly codependent you are, how you've been hanging on to something that does not make sense for you. So similarly, we have the Hangman, which is you hanging around, being stagnant, not taking action in a situation. For some of you, you haven't completely realized, the higher perspective of your situation. You haven't completely realized that there are changes that you need to make. For others of you, you've already realized this, but it's just you not taking action to act on the things that you have learned. But either way, it's like there's a lack of action, there's a lack of direction towards this obstacle, this karmic challenge. The Chariot reverse, Queen of Pentacles. Some of you are still trying to make this situation work. It's like this situation isn't going forward, but you're still trying to, it's like you're still trying to pretend like you have it all together. Some of you are still, and like I mentioned before with the mask, some of you still have that mask on. But it's like that doesn't work anymore. So it's like, what are you going to do? You don't feel happy. You feel like you realize that you can move on. You're kind of over the situation in general, but you're not actually moving on. So let's get some more cards for that. Okay, so I'm going to get some clarifying cards for that. Sorry, I had to pause again. Okay. So the first card that was right in front of me, Ten of Swords reverse. It's like, whatever the situation is that you're overthinking anyways, it's like it's already done with. So just let it end. Go forward and make progress alone and know that you're going to be successful. Know that you're going to manifest the things that you desire. You're going to manifest a new beginning. Queen of Swords in reverse. Some of you are talking yourself down with your own words. It's like not self-manipulation, but just like talking yourself out of the situation because you're overthinking it. Some of you may also be dealing with a karmic situation where that person is maybe a little bit manipulative. That's causing a little bit of confusion as well for you. But then the last two cards is the Three of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. So it's like you still need to go forward. And you need to have this, I feel like with this Three of Wands, it's kind of like also trust with the universe. You have to have a trust that as you go forward, that you're going to receive your blessings back, that you're going to have this Six of Wands coming down the line for you. But as you go forward to manifest things, it's like you need to make this break. You need to step out on your own away from this karmic situation. You need to gain some type of clarity. Four of Pentacles, you need to release something. You need to release your emotions. You need to release your karmic situation. And again, we're getting lots of Pentacles. We're getting lots of Swords, which I think we also got in my reading earlier this week. So it's still that same energy of some Divine Masculine needing to cut that karmic situation off. And it's like this summer solstice is really going to highlight things to you. It's going to highlight like everything you maybe have been blocking out or trying to ignore or not dealing with. It's like things are coming up that it's like it's clear that it's not working anymore. So everything is going to be really pushing you to shift. And the last card that we got is the Six of Pentacles. So it's like after all of this, you're going to come to a place, as you deal with all of these other karmic things, you're going to come to a place where you are feeling completely balanced, especially for you earth signs again. The divine masculine are really showing up as earth signs a lot lately. It's like you're going to find your balance. You're going to know how to properly exchange energy, exchange time with other people. You're going to have these balance in relationships as you release these other things. What is the Six of Pentacles about for the divine masculine? We're getting so many cards. So Seven of Swords. So you're going to be getting out of the situation where you felt some type of deceit or trickery going on. But I feel like this is you kind of needing to deal with a situation. Like you're needing to have this type of understanding of the truth of a situation in order to eventually get to the balance. You have to kind of go through all of the pain. You can't jump around it and try and avoid it. We have the Ace of Swords in reverse. So it's like, again, especially if the karmic is an air sign, I feel like you're going to be dealing with that situation and having a lot of honesty, realizing, gaining clarity after there's been so much that was been unsure. Three of Pentacles reverse. It's like you're realizing that things aren't going to be building together with this person, with this situation. You're realizing that you're going to be dropping all of that weight on your shoulders, all of those burdens off, because it's too much to carry. You don't want to carry it. I mean, we've seen through all these cards, you don't want to carry it, but it's like you really have to go through another realization of, oh my gosh, this is the state of the situation. I'm so confused. I don't want to build anything more. Okay, I've got to deal with this. I've got to let it go. And then the last two cards, it's the Moon and the Lovers. So it's like at the end of the day, you're going to be following your intuition. You're going to be listening to your guidance that's been trying to come through, and it's going to tell you, like, it's going to guide you on where to go. You won't know because you might still have some confusion, but you're just going to go with that feeling of what's to come. And I think we have a full moon, I think, coming up in a week or so. So this may also be highlighted as, you know, a perfect day to release everything as we have that full moon. Yeah, and it's a full moon in Capricorn, so maybe that's why all of this earth energy has been coming through in my readings lately. It's like really needing to deal with that. And of course, we have the twins. Gemini, the Lovers. So it's like, at the end of the day, I feel like the connection between you and your divine feminine is just going to get even stronger. As you deal with things, as you follow your intuition and let it guide you, and release with the full moon coming up, it's going to lead you back and make the connection feel even stronger with your divine feminine. All of the delays, all of the lack of progress that's been going on because of, you know, not being sure in your own mind, not having finished completing the cycle, balancing things off, dealing with the situation, like those things are going to be dealt with. Because again, this is all to clarify how we're getting to the Six of Pentacles, to this balance. King of Pentacles, it's you stepping up for yourself, you stepping up in your own energy, you stepping up to be that strong leader and caretaker in all aspects. So what I want to do is get a card from the Romance Angels deck. What else can we know about the summer solstice impact for the divine masculine? Okay, religious factors and engagement. So some of you, and I feel like this is after you deal with these religious factors. In this card, I kind of feel like it's similar to the Hierophant in this deck. So it's like dealing with expectations of others, dealing with marriage, with cultural, with societal expectations. As you deal with that, especially in relation to your karmic situation, those things will release. And you'll really be able to go back on the path towards your twin. You'll really be able to go back and kind of feel even more connected than ever, and start to be really ready to have something more with your divine feminine. It's like going through your own karmic challenges, bringing you closer to realizing what it is that you desire. Let's get one more card. Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. So you may need a little bit of downtime, like as you are dealing with a situation. I mean, you will need some downtime as you deal with a situation. When we have major karmic endings and just closing of cycles, like we need time to heal. We need time to kind of get ourselves back together, to get our energy back up. So taking time apart could be definitely part of that cycle for you, divine masculine. So that is the reading for what the summer solstice is bringing in for you, what you can kind of expect, divine masculine. Is definitely continuing to push to deal with karmic situations. We got 3 major arcana for you. We got the Justice card twice. We got the Devil again, the Hanged Man twice. I think we got that as well. So yeah, use this energy to really manifest the things that you want to happen. Know that you can take action, and everything will turn out well. It'll turn out the way it's supposed to. So that is your reading. Let me know if it resonated in the comments. Again, if you are interested in a personal reading, I'm going to be having my reading special for the next 2 weeks, and then I will be off for I will be closed for another 1.5 to 2 weeks, depending on how my move goes. So take advantage of that if you're interested, and the coupon code will be in the drop down. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.